Home buyer demand is down 15% year over year, according to Redfin. And this is all while inventory is up, meaning more homes are on the market, and pending sales are down, meaning that even though there's more inventory, there's less buyers to put those properties under contract. Now, despite all this, the median sales price across the United States isn't dropping. We're seeing it remain stable. In fact, it's actually up 4.4% year over year, according to Redfin. This is a very confusing time to be a buyer or seller in the market. So if you're feeling confused, you're not alone. And in this video, we are going to help bring some clarity to what's going on in the market. We're going to go over Redfin's data, and I'm going to share some of my recent experiences as a full-time realtor with the buyers and sellers that I am talking with, so you understand who is transacting in this market today. Before we get into it, my name is Liam O'Reilly. Like I mentioned, I'm a full-time realtor with Jerry Riley Real Estate here in the state of Vermont. All my contact information is in the description. If you have any real estate needs, reach out to me directly. I would be happy to help you. And let's get right into the Redfin article here. So the first thing that I mentioned, median sales price up 4.4% year over year. We see that it's starting to flatten out, and this median sales price metric is a lagging indicator, right? Across most of the country, it takes 30, 60, 90 days from when a property goes under contract. When a seller signs an offer for their home to sell their home, it takes 30 to 90 days from that point to actually close, and we get the median sales price then. So this data is lagging. It's 30, 60, 90 days old. So as we roll through the spring, we're going to see this start to update. I imagine that the median sales price has flattened out based on the data that I mentioned earlier in this video. Now, when we take a look at pending sales, we see here pending sales down 5.6% year over year, down significantly from 2022 and 2021 when rates were quite a bit lower. And they're even down from 2023 when rates were trending up. Right now, rates sit at about 6.5%, 7%, and they're starting to trend downwards. Still, there's less buyers out there on the market to eat up this inventory. Now, at the same time, new listings, they're up 6.4% year over year, meaning more sellers are listing their homes. Now, what am I seeing here in Vermont? Many of the sellers that I am working with, some of them, it's just the right time to sell their home. Things just kind of fell into place that 2024 was the perfect time to list. Other sellers that I'm working with have been thinking about buying, have been trying to move for years now, and can't wait any longer. For whatever reason, the stars aligned in 2024. They're done waiting, and they're decided to list their home now, which is bringing more inventory to the market. I suspect that's the case across the country as well. Now, we take a look at active inventory. It's up 18% year over year. We can see here the orange line is 2023. This light blue line up top is 2024. Now, one thing to note, this red line is the 2022 active inventory. And if you remember, back in 2022, we did not see home prices drop, even though inventory sat at right around where we are today. If we take a look at the median sales price here in 2022, we saw that seasonally it went down, but year over year it was still above 2021 levels. And then 2023 increased year over year the 2022 data, meaning that although at throughout the first half of 2022, home prices, the median sales price across the country trended under, or the first half of 2023, home prices were below the 2022 sales data. Towards the end of the year, it trended above the 2022 data, and we finished the year up year over year. An increase in median sales price year over year. I suspect we'll see the same this year. Now, next year, looking into 2025, based on the data that we're looking at now, there is a chance that we see a decrease in median sales price year over year in 2025. Now, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, and that's because of these other metrics that I'm going to show you right now. When we take a look at how many homes are going under contract within 2 weeks, we're seeing 40% of listings still going under contract within 2 weeks. Now, this is below where things have been the past few years, but you have to remember these past few years were an anomaly. So the fact that we're under where we were last year, below where we were in 2022 and 2023, that's not necessarily a red flag for the housing market. It does mean things are trending in the right direction, right? It's trending towards a balanced market. And if we see a steep decline, then that's a sign that home prices, the median sales price is going to start to come down. But the fact that it's below 2023 and 2022 levels, those levels were elevated. Almost every home was going under contract within 2 weeks back in 2022. Now we're not seeing that, but we are still seeing 40% of the properties go under contract in 2024. Now, that's still a very hot market. The median days on market, they're starting to increase. We're at 32 days on market. Again, we're above. We're about 2 weeks higher than we were in 2021 and 2022, and we're slightly above where we were in 2023, but we're not quite where we need to be, right? We need to see days on market towards 45, 60 days on market before things are going to start to balance out in the real estate market. And we take a look at how many homes sold above list price. We see, again, down from 2023, down from 2022, but still 32% of all homes sold for over list price across the country. So the fact that we have pending sales down, that we have new listings on the rise, that we have active inventory on the rise, it means that the market is starting to balance out, and we're seeing that in this data here, but it is still a seller's market. Things are still moving fairly quickly. Now, when we take a look at the Redfin Homebuyer Demand Index, this shows the amount of people who are actively out there looking for homes, people requesting homes from Redfin agents and searching on their site for homes for sale. Now, this is down 15% year over year, and we're seeing that reflected in the data. Now, the average home is still selling for about almost 100% of list price. Again, it's down from the past years, but we're still, at a healthy seller's market with where things stand today. Now, what am I seeing subjectively in the market? Now, the home buyers and home sellers that I am working with on the buy side, the people who are at the fringes, the people who could barely afford to purchase, most of those people have gone away. Unless they're getting help from friends or family, either through down payment assistance, people giving them money to put down on a property, or through co-signing on their loan. Unless they're doing that, the people who can barely afford to buy, they're not purchasing properties right now. The home buyers that I'm working with, they're shopping in a price range that they can afford. They're not maxing out their pre-approval. They're shopping, underneath. If they're pre-approved for $600,000, they're shopping up to around $500,000, and that's where they're keeping things reasonable. So a lot of the home buyers right out there, although many of them have gone away, the people that are shopping for properties right now are people who can actually afford to make these payments. Now, on the home sales side, the people that are selling right now are people that need to sell. These are not move-up buyers for the most part. Of course, there's exceptions out there in every market, but for the most part, these are not people who want to upgrade their home into a nicer home. Mostly, these are people who need to sell, either because of life circumstances or because they've waited 3, 4, 5 years in order to purchase their next property, and they've decided, look, you know what, I can still make my mortgage payment even if I have to take out a mortgage on my next property. I have enough equity in my home to make that mortgage payment as small as possible and affordable for me. So that's part of the reason why we're seeing so many homes have price drops throughout the country. We see here 6.7% of listings had price drops in the 4 weeks ending in, I believe, the 18th of July, something like that, which you can see is way up both from last year, this yellow line, the 2023 data, and it's also above the 2022 data, meaning that the people who want to sell their properties right now and the ones that aren't selling, they're motivated sellers. These are not people who are just testing the market, seeing, oh, if I got this price, I would sell. No, these are people who want to sell. These are people who are active, motivated sellers, and they're dropping their price if the buyer doesn't come within that first 2, 3, 4 weeks. Now, that doesn't mean just because the property doesn't sell within 3 or 4 weeks, it will sell for under list price, right? We see that in the data as well, where 40% of properties are selling for over list price. And I have experiences here in Vermont where homes have sat on the market for 45 days, didn't reduce their price at all, and then all of a sudden got 2 offers, ended up selling for over list price. So it doesn't guarantee that just because the home sat on the market for a couple of weeks that you're going to get a good deal, but it is a good opportunity if you're a home buyer out there to target those homes that have sat on the market, try to find a motivated seller, and try to get yourself a good deal. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.